So yeah, welcome back to another episode of the Let's Chat Derbyshire podcast. A bit of a weird one today.
And hopefully not too much traffic.
Yeah, we're actually walking the initial route for the Baton of Hope, which we will be doing in Derbyshire on the 13th of September 2025. I'm with Claire, she's the lead for it. And Claire, if you wouldn't mind giving a bit of an introduction to who you are, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, so I'm Claire, and I carried the baton in Birmingham last year for the inaugural Baton of Hope tour. And after that, with the impact it had on me, I decided I wanted to bring it to Derby. So I think a few of us have been talking about it for nearly a year now. Yeah. And then we were awarded, we won the bid in August of this year, so now we're in the main planning stage. So yes, today is about walking the full route, so around 9 miles in total. Yeah,
it's good, isn't it? And sun's come out. As earlier on, I nearly fell on my bottom many times because I have not worn the right shoes. So what I guess got you involved in the Baton of Hope, if you don't mind sharing?
So I lost my dad to suicide nearly 24 years ago now, and suicide wasn't really spoken about much then. There wasn't a lot of support groups. There wasn't a lot out there in the public. And when I saw the Baton of Hope, I'd been involved in raising money for Calm in previous years. When I saw the Baton of Hope, I thought it was something that I could do in memory of my dad, and it was something that would mean a lot to me and my family. And so then, on the day, it did have a real impact, more of an impact than I thought it would. Had to carry it in Birmingham because it was the closest to me. And then I thought I'd really love to do it in memory of Dad in Derby, and pulled together a few other people that have been affected by suicide and people that feel strongly around mental health and suicide prevention, and here we are today.
It's great. It's been like over a year, hasn't it, really, of you working away behind the scenes, and we're lucky enough to have it, being able to host it in Derby, really. What will it look like being in Derby? You know, everyone can get involved. What are the sort of roles people can play, really, supporting us?
So firstly, we need lots of baton bearers. We have got around a 9 mile route, so there are application forms on the Baton of Hope website for people to apply, and they can do that if they've got lived experience of suicide, losing somebody close to them, or their own personal experience. And so that is a big part of it. We also have multiple event venues, and we need people to support at those. We also need people who walk with the baton bearers, people who hand out t-shirts. We need lots of publicity. We need help with advertising and marketing. So there's lots of things really that people can get involved in. Yeah,
there is. I think the Baton of Hope is the largest suicide prevention initiative in the UK. We were lucky as a team to be able to support, and it was just such an amazing day. People who've probably never even been involved in anything to do with mental health or suicide prevention, were involved, and I think it just means so much. You were saying earlier about how much it meant to you and how much it, wasn't it, carrying the actual baton? What did it feel like for anyone who may be thinking about applying to carry it?
I was very anxious about it to start with. So I applied for it without telling my husband or my mum or my daughter. She's very young, my daughter at the time, hadn't really asked about Grandad. So I applied for it, and then I got the email to confirm. And I think initially I was a bit like, ooh, what happens next? What do I do now? And I still didn't speak to my husband before then, at that point. And then the day after I spoke to him, and he was like, I really want to come with you. And as I say, there was a bit of anxiety and anticipation because I didn't know if I was going to be really upset. I didn't know how I was going to react. But actually, when I got there, I met a lot of people with a lot of stories. Nice. I met my friend Lucy, who is now a friend who I didn't know before, who'd lost her dad. We met a lot of people that had lost sons and daughters. So it was very moving. But when you're handed the baton, it feels like you're doing something good. And I think it felt like I was doing something right and making a point and getting people to speak about it more. And then following it, my daughter asked about it, so now she talks about it. It's had a real, I know they talk about the ripple effect, but it has had a ripple effect in that I am now so much more involved and feel like I can make a bit of a difference than I could before. So that's triggered it, really.
That's amazing. Fire station.
Yes.
I'll take a picture of it and then we'll carry on. That's a good entrance though, actually, to have it all laid out, isn't it? Big car park space as well.
Really good.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, I guess for us while we're planning this, we're wanting people to sign up, which is great. I guess just to reassure people, you're not left in the dark here, I don't think. When
not at all.
And we want every stop to have multiple people to be able to support people that do carry the baton. We'll have clinical teams there to be able to support people because it is emotional, and people won't know how it affects them. But I guess just to provide that reassurance that we will be there to support you.
Yeah, most definitely. And when people apply to carry the baton, they can let us know if there's any part of Derby they wouldn't want to walk by.
Yeah.
If it's going to be triggering for them, and we're going to have a lot of mental health first aiders as well as all the psychiatric support on
100%,
hand.
Yeah.
Because it is a day that will trigger a lot of emotions, and also we need to think about the after as well. So people will have details to contact people after the event if they need to.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I guess how it works for people is once you've applied, you probably will find out, I don't know, is it May, June time? Don't quote me on that, but it says on the website.
It's around that time, yeah.
And we've got a Facebook group. It's if you just search for Baton of Hope Tour 2025 Derbyshire and Derby, or Derby and Derbyshire, whichever way around. And all of us are in it. There's people that have carried the baton before, and it's just a great space to share, get updates of what's happening. But yeah, on the actual day, and that's what we're doing now, is figuring out a route that people can walk.
Yeah.
It's not a big walk. You walk probably 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Carrying the baton, if there's any disabilities you've got, we can work around it. And we just want it to be a safe space to raise that awareness, because suicide is the most preventable killer.
It is.
And the more we do, the more we talk, the more stigma it reduces.
And we're going to have lots of different themes as well on the day. So we'll be looking at young people, men, famous people in mental health in the public eye, sport and exercise, walking, getting out in the fresh air, ethnic minorities, LGBTQ+. We'll be covering as many areas as we can.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think, and likewise, if you don't want to carry the baton, still come down. We want, as many people as possible to get involved, don't we?
Yeah, we do, yeah.
And it's, suicide prevention is everyone's business. So whether you work in a business, whether you're, just interested in the theme, each stop, which we will be sharing details of, we'll have a different theme around it that you can get involved in. And, the last leg will be at Cathedral Green, won't it? Where hopefully we'll have some live music, stalls, food, and it'll just be a real celebration of what suicide prevention is all about and how far we've come.
Yeah, definitely.
But also how far we've got to go as well, really, with it all.
Yeah, and I think the more people we get, the more people we'll reach.
Yeah.
And if people do join our group, please share the Facebook group and share the baton bearer application, because it might not have affected you, but it's likely it's affected somebody. They say every suicide potentially affects another 135 people, and that might not be the people closest to you, but it's that effect of co-workers and family and friends, and I think giving people the chance to get involved is really important.
Yeah, I do.
It'll be a big step for some people.
It will.
But it does have an amazing impact.
It will, yeah. And if you are a workplace, owner, manager, I think it's just really important to take the time to do, share the information we've got, because you don't always know what your colleagues, or friends or family have been through. So just by sharing this information, we'll give people the opportunity to engage with this.
Yeah, and also on the day, we'll have loads of other charities, because we want to support all the charities in Derby and Derbyshire.
Yeah.
So whilst the tour itself is in and around the city, we want to promote all the charities and the wonderful people that do all the work outside of the city.
Definitely,
and into the rural areas.
Yeah.
So we'll have a lot of access to information for people that day. So it will be a great day for you to learn a few things, but also have a bit of fun.
Yeah, 100%. And closer to the time, we'll be publishing a lot more details on where you can find what the themes are for each stop, because, we've still got bits to work out. I guess, you have carried the baton before and stuff. What, advice or encouragement would you give people just from your experience of it? Obviously, you've grabbed the bull by the horns, haven't you? And you're now organising a leg off the back of it. But yeah.
I think it's just, don't be scared of applying. If you ever changed your mind, nobody is going to feel any different about you for it. But take that step to apply. It does ask you for some information, so you'll be able to put forward your story and why you want to do it. And there will be lots of support around you. We are making sure, and having been a baton bearer myself last year, that we have got enough of that support around. And if you want, you know, my husband came with me, so he walked with me, so you don't have to walk on your own. If you want to bring a partner, a friend, family member, somebody that you know will be able to help you with your emotions that day, then I think that will really help. So don't be scared to apply because you think you might feel lonely. There will be nobody feeling lonely on the day in Derby.
No, 100%, you know, and we just want it to be that safe space for people. You do have to be over 16 to carry the baton, but it can still be a safe space for young people. You know, that conversation around suicide prevention, you know, supporting thoughts of self-harm and stuff are really important for all ages. And by having like the young people stops and stuff along the way, we really want to be able to highlight that. Yeah,
and I think we'll make sure that there are family events throughout the day and at each of the stops. So, you know, when we go to the fire station, there'll be things for the family. The end event, there'll be things for the family. We'll be really trying to make the day accessible to all ages, really.
Yeah, no, definitely. And hopefully, you know, along the way, I guess this has been a very short little episode we're going to be putting out, but we're going to speak to you again properly.
Yes.
When we sat down. I've enjoyed walking, to be fair, and talking. It's been nice.
We've managed to not fall over.
Yeah, and we're going to be speaking to loads of people. We've got Reverend and the Makers on board. We've got so many people that are involved in suicide prevention. We're going to share their stories, share what's happening across Derbyshire, hopefully talk to people from Derby County Football Club, and really just showcase the great work that's happening across it. But I guess just to put that reminder out that if anyone is struggling, you know, it's okay to reach out for support. You can ring the mental health support line on NHS 111 and then press option 2. You can reach out to the Samaritans 116 123, or if you search Let's Chat Derbyshire, you'll be able to get linked into loads of community support services. Because it's, you know, not easy when you're struggling. And if you are interested in, you know, anything about the Baton of Hope, do contact us on Facebook. If you don't have Facebook, you can drop us an email at batonofhopederby@gmail.com, and we'll try and respond as best we can to support people through this. Any, I guess, last words of encouragement for people that want to get involved in some way or another, and how it could, you know, really help us?
I think from my point of view, getting involved in the Baton of Hope without sounding over dramatic has changed my life quite a bit in what I see as a bit of a purpose, and want it, you know, and having met people like you, Luke, and others involved in the group, such as Steve of Tough to Talk, and the guys from Mentel and Let's and people like that, is it really does hit somewhere hard, and you have an impact just by carrying the baton that day for a short distance, or being involved in supporting us. It's a cause that I feel very strongly about, and I know a lot of others do. So I'd ask anybody to get involved. It will have that impact, and it really will help to change the conversation.
No, thank you, and look forward to catching up more about it. We've got a lot more planning to do, haven't we? So
we do.
We better get cracking.
And a few more miles to walk.
Yes, definitely. But no, thanks everyone if you have listened. And we'll be popping links in to support the Facebook group, the Baton applications, in like the links or the Facebook chat sort of bit below. So don't forget to check us out. And thank you.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
Claire.
Thank you.
Whoop, whoop.